channel, Bookskers and Purrs. It's me, Leslie, and
Sam, hi guys.
today we're going to be discussing on our trying to be a quarterly segment, Lust and Lawless, a romance buddy read series, um, Soul Searching by Lyla Sage, who has written previously like an incredible, what do you call it, Rebel Blue Ranch series that we both really love.
Yes.
We both have not been having like the greatest time with some of the books we've chosen for our segment, so we just tossed out the parameters. We're just like, how about enough we know we like?
Exactly.
Let's do that.
Tried and true Lyla Sage.
Yeah. So, before we get started, I'm just going to read a quick synopsis, if I remember where I put it, in case anyone hasn't read it. So, Collen Cartwright does not want to go home. Sweetwater Peak, Wyoming was supposed to be in her rearview mirror. But when she finds out a developer is trying to buy her parents' antique shop out from under them, she doesn't have a choice. At least that's what she tells her family. They don't need to know she's lost her job and is out of money, or that the ghosts have always been her companions, have recently gone silent. But just because she's returned home doesn't mean she has to stay with her parents or crash on her twin sister's couch. Luckily for her, the new to town upholsterer has a room for rent above his store. Unluckily, it is absolutely crawling with more ghosts who are freezing her out, and Collins hates to be ignored. So, Sam, before we get into this, what are your non-spoiler thoughts about this book?
First of all, Lyla Sage saved us. We'll just say that. We'll definitely say that from our interesting journey so far this year. It's like redemption. I love it. First, I'm just gonna say I kind of went into it maybe a little bit skeptical, just because it's not my normal sort of genre, like specifically, ghosts, things like that. I don't tend to gravitate towards it. So I put my trust in Lyla. And I was absolutely pleasantly surprised with how much I love and adored it. The relationship I love between the two of them, like their banter, everything was super great. I love Boone. Yeah, so there were so many bits and pieces that I absolutely love and adore about it that it's hard to like pinpoint one, but I non-spoiler. I really enjoyed the story throughout the entire thing, and kind of the twists and turns. There were some that I just didn't particularly see, I guess, coming. But yeah, what about you?
I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it.
Okay.
I felt a little bit lukewarm because that's interesting that you said that you went in skeptical. I didn't. I didn't. I always pick up a book and I'm like, oh, what the heck,
Yeah.
I didn't really come in with anything in particular. I just know that I like the author's writing and all the things that I liked about the previous ones. For some reason, this didn't gel with me, and I'm not sure why, but maybe like most times when we have a conversation, I'll find myself agreeing with you.
I'll try not to persuade you.
All right. So some of I guess like the major trope right off the bat is just like she's returning to like back to a small town. So I noticed that. Were there any particular like romance tropes that you noticed throughout the book? And if so, like, did they work for you or not? Did they feel organic or not, or anything like that?
For the most part, I felt like they were organic. There were just kind of a few hidden throughout. The the towel scene Like that one to me was a little out of place, or not out of place, just kind of like unexpected, in that I guess maybe a little forced, just because it's like, oh, he's in a towel, all that type thing. But what I enjoyed was the like ghosty reasoning behind it. So it didn't make it feel like too trivial. Like it wasn't like, oh, great, towel. Of course it's going to fall. Like, there was a little bit of that, but at the same time, I think adding that ghosty part to it kind of made it not so bad. Like it was like, okay, I can see it. I mean, definitely like loudmouth, strong female character, which I love Lyla for, and all her female characters are always really strong, even when they're going through a lot and trying to find themselves.
Yeah.
Like they still are true to their individual personalities, and usually they're strong and, sassy, and I love it. But yeah, I think the tropes that were used were fine. But the towel one was the one that kind of like stuck out in my mind, that I was like, okay, it's kind of out of nowhere. Like you didn't really need it, but at the same time, like I said, the ghosty part just kind of helped it.
Yeah. It felt pretty like organic to me. That's what I like about her writing, is that she just seems like she's the kind of person that knows romance tropes so well that she knows how to like play within them, but she's not rigid about it. And I also like that because I've read other romances where instead of, we're aware of romantic tropes, but some writers, if they're writing badly, they'll use those tropes as like plot points.
Yeah.
And that really bothers me. I'm like, okay, well then what am I? Because then that takes me out, and I don't feel like I'm reading something original.
Yes. Yeah.
At least like when I'm reading her books, it feels original. If that makes sense. The stories do, and that's the point. Like it's great to have like a comfort read or a romance. That's what I'm kind of learning on my romance journey, is that like, oh, there's a comfort in knowing the genre of romance. There's this expectation of they're going to end up together,
right?
And that's moving. It's more about the journey of how they get there.
Yeah.
So I like that, but yeah, she handles that really well. All right. Collin, what the heck is her name? I know her name.
Collins.
I was about to say Colleen. Collins seems to romanticize the life of Ghost early on when she's getting there. She kind of sees that they have like this lack of constraints that life has. What did you think about that?
I kind of loved it. This idea of you're able to finally kind of be free without being told how to live or what to do or fear. I love that aspect. When I'm like, can I talk about specifics?
Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot to put a spoiler banner. Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
Okay. So the scene where Collins and Brady are driving, and she's talking about like the whole circle of life thing, and how, she would see the spirits of like the deer and the wolves and things like that, and how she kind of hated the fact that there were predators and that they were killed, and it wasn't fair. But then she was like, after realizing, looking at these ghosty spirits, just how free they were. They roamed without fear because nothing can hurt them, nothing can harm them, because they're just ghost spirits. So it's not like they're not being chased by a predator, or they're not going to be hit by a car, because they just aren't, they're not real, they're not physical. So like, I kind of love that idea of, yeah, you can be who you want to be in the spirit world without that fear that I feel like most of us live with in real life, you
Mm.
know? So I did enjoy that.
Yeah, I feel like she was romanticizing ghosts in a way because of like the state of her life
Hmm.
at that moment.
Hmm.
And I don't necessarily think a ghost would agree. I think they'd want to have a life back.
I don't know. If you're able to exist in a world where you don't have the constraints that you do, would you want to?
I mean, the ghosts can't really like. There's only so many things that they could do. They can't just do anything. Do you know what I mean? So I think like that's. I think it's like a little bit of a false narrative to think that they're capable of anything. I'm like they're no longer alive. That's it. There's very few people they can talk to. You know what I mean? Of the living,
I'd
I guess.
like I'd hunt like a library, I feel like. And then that
Yeah,
way it'd just be around books and people reading.
true. You're like, I don't have no bills.
I have no bills. I don't have to deal with stupid people. Like, I don't like you. I'm going to go float and be somewhere else. Thank you.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah,
There's
I mean, I can see that. I can see what you're saying. Because, yeah, I mean, you're no longer alive. But do you know how much cheaper it would be?
and that kind of thinking is what capitalism does to you. That's how bad it is here. That's we're just like put it
Oh,
in the ground already.
help us.
Clearly, they have a better deal.
For the love of God, someone help us.
That's where we're at. Um, there's like a heavy use of music in the stories. Was there any particular song that stood out to you? What did you think that song was saying?
Hmm. You know what's funny is because for me, music is a part of life. Just for those who don't know, which none of you probably know, I come from a family of musicians, specifically singers, just different genres. Um, but for me, music is just, it's always there. It's always in the background. So I loved, especially in this book, the how music was, like you said, integral throughout the entire book. But for me, like there wasn't really one specific song that kind of resonated with me because it all resonates with me. And I love the idea of having music be just constantly there. It's a comfort for me. It's hard to describe it. I don't want to say white noise because that just completely isn't anything and you don't really pay attention to it. But definitely for me, music is always there, always in the background. I will always, you know, think of it whenever I'm writing. If I hear lyrics, I'm just one musical. Like my brain is pretty much karaoke 24/7, honestly. But yeah, I can't really say there was one specific song in the book that I think resonated with me because I feel like it just always does. If that makes any sense. I know it's a cop out, but honestly, like I can't pinpoint a specific one just because it's integral. It's an integral part of my life. It's an integral part of all of our lives. I mean, song song was created at the same time humans learned to communicate, to make sounds. Like it's in our DNA. It's ingrained in it, you know? And so music is always a part of our lives. So like, yeah, for me, I absolutely loved all the music that was discussed in this book, but there wasn't really a specific one that I can be like, yes, that was perfect.
If you were going to, let's say you're going to write a
Wait, I
romance.
can't hear you.
Shit, hold on. Hello?
That's my job. I'm the one that's not technically
I know.
good.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Fuck. Okay. 1 second. I'm here, but I don't know if she can hear me. Sorry about the technical issues. Oh, you can hear us both? Oh no, what does that mean? I unplugged my camera and then I put it back on. Hi, Critical. I didn't see you in the chat. I think it was just us for quite a while. I'll give her a second. I bet she lost connection. And earlier I went and I tapped my camera, the Vine is so sensitive. I barely touched it and I was like, okay. I had to reconnect it. But yeah. So here's, you know what? I'm going to ask you this question and then I'll ask Sam when she comes back. I had my notes here. All right. So if you're going to write a romance and you're in it, what are like 3 songs that you think you would have in like that narrative of the romance for yourself? That's what I want to know. Let me check really quick on. There she is.
You did it, and then I got a phone call, and it completely kicked me out.
Oh, okay. I understood.
Yeah,
Okay, oh, yeah.
sorry.
Okay. Because Critical Thinker was saying that she could hear us both, and I was like, oh. Because I disconnected.
Okay, so it was only me. Great.
That's so
It
funny.
is me.
Anyway,
See, I told you.
while you were talking, I barely tapped the Vine of my camera, and I knew it was going to go out. I was like, there I go.
Whoopsies.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
So since music plays like a part in like this narrative in a way, what are maybe like, you don't have to name 3 songs, but 3 songs that you would write in a romance that you're writing for yourself? So the beginning would have
Give
to
me
be
an easy question here.
so the beginning would have to be like maybe the woe of the situation. The middle one.
One would be Paul Simon's Graceland. A little bit just because of the music itself, I love, and yeah, and just the words. I mean, honestly, all of Graceland's album, in case you haven't listened to it, it's my hands down favorite one. I'll listen from start to finish. There are very few albums out there that I'm like, I will start with the first one and then not click, move on or whatever. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and just say Graceland in general. The entire album is, I think, poignant to me and just my life in general. But Graceland, yes. There is in an opera called De Totestadt, which is written by actually one of the original film composers for old Hollywood. His last name's Korngold. He wrote the soundtrack for Errol Flynn's Robin Hood. But he also composed operas. And in this opera, there's Murrieta's Lied, which is, the music is stunning. I mean, it's beautiful. So, and the meaning of that is just, it's just an important part of my life, just with my opera singing family members, especially. I've seen them perform that multiple times, and it's just always stuck with me. And then for probably the third one, I would say John Baptiste. It's all right.
Kind of, we know he was gonna be in there somewhere.
He was. I I love John Baptiste. Like,
Yeah.
music, just his, demeanor in general, and just who he is, and very positive. And I know how hard it is to be a positive person in this sort of climate that we find ourselves in. And that to me just speaks volumes of who he is. But also something that I feel like I want to strive for in everyday life, being like, because, I'm highly empathetic. I know you are too. Like, it's like you're walking around as one giant nerve that just keeps getting hit. And it's really hard to find the good in everyday life and the little things, just because you're completely, faced with everything. But yeah, for me, it's all right. Like, it's a reminder today, yes, there's crap going on, but if you look around, there's also good things. And that to me, I think, is my kind of saving grace a little bit right now. So I'm like, it's all right. we will do what we need to do. We will stand up for what we need to stand up for. But at the end of the day, my friends are okay. My family, we're getting there. We're working on it. But they're still around, and I'm very thankful for that. So it is okay. It is okay. And it's okay to, I hate that I'm gonna say this, it's okay to not be okay for a bit.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any of us are at this point. But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
That's a good choice. All right. I quickly, while you're talking, I came up with this. So there is a song I'm kind of like obsessed with, but I have a flair for the dramatics. So there's Conan Gray has a song called Nauseous, which
Okay.
I love. Do you know which song? Okay.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because I'm such an old lady. I didn't know about his music till like recently this year. And Elise just rolled her eye at me. I did the old person thing where I'm like, hey, do you know about this person? And like everyone knows who they are.
Like, yeah.
I'm so out of the loop. Anyway, so
Yeah.
that one, because I feel it's like the sense of not wanting to be tied up in someone, but then having like hey, pack your bags, we all got baggage, type of thing.
Yeah.
So I like that. And then I thought the second one would be 10 cc's I'm Not in Love. Love it. I could never get tired of that song. Just like that song, it does feel like there's yearning embedded in it. Just the idea of like, oh, I'm still in love. I'm saying I'm not in love because if I say that, if I accept it, that's it. I'm done. So it's just like, and then I would choose Simply the Best. I love Tina Turner, but I want the ad.
Sorry. Okay, I'm fine.
I'm thinking of the version from Schitt's Creek, basically.
Which one? Well, actually, I guess there's Tina Turner's, and then
Yeah.
Okay. Noah Reed's.
There you go, Noah Reed. Yeah. Noah Reed. That's what I was thinking about. Because oh my gosh, that slower version of it has me.
Yeah. It really, honestly, it's amazing what that song actually means, because before it used to be just kind of like poppy, but then once you do start listening to the lyrics, you're like, oh, wow, this is an amazing song. It's really sweet.
Yeah, it's very like powerful. I'm like, oh, like you're in it now. There's no going back. Your heart's on fire.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Something melancholy like naive
Oh,
Janelle
Janelle
Monáe.
Monáe. Oh, she's my girl. I
Followed
love
by Michael
Janelle.
Jackson's Only
You're
Human
so
when
right.
things inevitably are boring. And John Coltrane's Lush Life at the end. Break up.
No, we're not. Yeah, no.
I love those choices.
Oh, yeah, those are good choices. I like it.
That
Oh,
took us on
man,
a
Janelle
journey.
Monáe. Yeah, right?
Monáe's beautiful. I have questions somewhere. Okay. Boom mentions
I
a
know
whole
I think I know what you're gonna say. Yeah.
So this is where I have a critique.
Okay.
It's a moment that I really like, but there's a critique in it. So hold on tight. Boom mentions like this is like towards the end, that he mentions Lord of the Rings as like a reference, and Brody was kind of like surprised that a rancher would like, oh, how do you know about Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
It's a small thing, but for some reason that irritated me. I'm like, that felt like the equivalent of saying farmers read. Like, what's this like? I'm like, what the hell is that? What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I can understand that. I can understand that like viewpoint for sure. But I think Brady just kind of like was, oh, you know Lord of the Rings. I think for him, Brady doesn't really, I feel like he's not really a social butterfly. Like his interactions with people can be kind of awkward, I feel like. A little bit, just in like, how he is like Mrs. Carson, like, like he just doesn't take social cues as much because he just doesn't want to be, I think he was so spurned by his prior life that he was like just shut down a little bit. So I think it just kind of took him by surprise, like, oh, you know Lord of the Rings. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, what is, can he not read? Like, can he not watch movies? Like, type of thing. I did love though that he was such a nerd about Lord of the Rings, and especially like talking about Frodo's journey um, from the Shire into Mordor, and like, I wasn't gonna say one does not simply walk into Mordor. But I was like, oh my God, that's such a nerd thing to say, to be like, that's so cliche to say that. Like everyone says that, but I'm not going to.
But I feel like that's the point. That's the point of like doing it. Is that like a
Right.
cliche comes from somewhere because it's so great, it's like,
Right. No, absolutely.
reference,
But I love that. And I love that parallel that, of Carson's journey, or Collin's journey. Sorry. Collin and Clark, like, that was so confusing. I'm always like, wait, this is Collin, right? Clark is his sister.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I love how he was trying to be like, I understand what you're going through. I like, and it's kind of like this, and it's like he really wanted Collin to understand, like, I understand you. Like Brady wanted to be, I understand you. I understand what you're going through. And it's, it's not, it's a journey and you'll get there. And I just love that aspect of Brady, is like how supportive he was of Collin. Collin's, and just like, I don't know. I loved that aspect of the two of them. But yeah, I like, yeah, saying, oh, you know Lord of the Rings? Like,
Yeah, I was like, what? I don't know
yeah,
why. And
and pretty
also,
much everyone does.
and like with the thing about when it was originally published, That's a long time. Of course, like why wouldn't it's not like it's I don't know something about that like got under my skin, but I know I'm being like
Yeah. Well, and can we talk about the fact that he has a brother in Meadowlark?
oh yeah yeah
And then we don't even find out who it is.
yeah
And if I remember correctly, we don't know what Boone's last name is, do we?
no I don't think so.
It's
Oh
just Boone.
no, you're right.
Who is your brother, dude? I want to know. Come on, Lyla. I want to know.
We might have to comb back through the book and try to figure it out because
But yeah, the second he was like, and Meadowlark, hi. But yeah, as soon as I was like, yeah, Meadowlark, it was like, what? It was like a meerkat, like, you say Meadowlark.
this is grammar correction, so I'm putting it up for everyone. See, which is fine.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah. Around here, you've seen the way I type and talk.
I know.
I don't know what I'm saying half the time I'm saying it, so it's fine.
I was like, if you want to see bad grammar, just give me your number. At this point, I love that for the most part, most of us are at the age where we're just like, you know what I mean. We've officially reached that age.
Boom says, I'm still on Boom because I really like Boom. Also, everything he said about Boom, I was like, this is why I feel like that character resonates with me. But Boom says his knees and shoulders tell him when the rain is gonna come. Have you hit that point in your life? I haven't, but I think I'm damn near close.
I'm close. I'm definitely close. No, I'm like, oh, my knee's acting up.
my knees do. It hasn't told me the weather yet. I wish I had that a damn weather vein in my knee. Mm-hmm. But I'm a side sleeper, and my Tariel, one of my cats,
mm-hmm.
like clockwork, she'll does it when I'm asleep. So I wish I could stop her. She'll sleep on my hip. She just perches on my hip. And so I think my body's trying to like compensate for the weight.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll wake up and my knees hurt and I'm like, get off me. And then I'll like and then repeat. Yeah. And it's an all night thing. And I haven't come up with a solution because she's just like, nope, there's your hip. That's for me. That's my cat.
Yeah. This is not your hip. This is my hip. Yeah. Sorry, my hair is driving me nuts. It's got to go up. It's that or shave it off, but you know, I don't want to go full Britney Spears. So yeah, no, I'm finding too the like getting out of a chair sometimes if I've been sitting for a while, especially at the office when I'm sitting there and I go to get up, my hip is like, girl, you just spent hours in the same position. We're not gonna just easily get up and walk. So I'm like, ow, okay, I'm good. It takes me like a couple steps sometimes. I'm like, oh, come on. But it doesn't happen all the time. But yeah, it's just like, I did not sign up for the getting old package. Like, I'm still mentally like 25. I'm not an adult. I don't know why people keep looking to me for answers and stuff like that. Like, I'm not an adult. Look for an elder. Oh,
so
man.
What do you think about the dynamics of Collin and the ghosts?
I mean, I loved her relationship with them in that I think she partially because of her journey of losing the ability. It's like it's always been there, so she just kind of took it for granted a little bit. And then once she lost it, she was like, wait, no, this is an integral piece of me. And then I kind of liked how she slowly like rebuilt that relationship between the ghosts and herself. And I love that she still was like, go ahead, move the suitcase. She just kind of was like, I know you want to, go ahead and do it. So I did kind of love that relationship. Sometimes it was weird because it would like, if she could see them all the time, like it would just kind of come in randomly in different parts and then disappear a little bit. So it wasn't, I felt like for me, that was kind of the thing that just kind of not bugged me, but, and I don't want to say irksome, but like sometimes it was a highlight, like sometimes she say it, and then other times they just kind of disappeared and then she would, interact and have conversations and stuff like that. So it was kind of like you started thinking, okay, well, who's are there ghosts with you right now? Like, I don't know. Like that kind of bugged me a little bit, that I felt like it wasn't consistent. It was just kind of plopped in here and there. And I understand that, she didn't want to make it the focus because you still need to have the actual storyline. But I did love just kind of how sassy she would get with the ghosts sometimes and like get really annoyed with them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'll just say hi really quick. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Courtney says, I have so many on my husband's hit mid-sleep.
Cats are rascals.
Yeah. Adulting sucks, yes.
Yeah.
When you figure it out, because I haven't either. Okay, I need to wash out my hair and I'm here. Okay, cool. Glad you're here. Also, just so you know, like the messaging is doing a weird thing. So like it was making me release the comments for some reason. So if you're seeing a delay of your comments popping up, I'm sorry. I'm checking on them. I don't know why that happened. So yeah, I got distracted by that issue. Yeah, I agree. I can't pinpoint what the fix would be. Like early on when we hear from like Brody's point of view, when he's having this woman become his roommate. So there's kind of like forced proximity roommate type thing going on here. And he hears her talking and sometimes arguing in the room that she's staying in. And then he'll ask her like, oh, how did your call go? And she's like, what call? She doesn't like even try to cover it up or anything.
Yeah.
And so I like that. It was like funny, but I also felt like if you're gonna have ghosts kind of, it almost feels like prevalent but in the background, I do think it kind of just needed to be streamlined a little bit better in a way. But again, I don't even know what the fix would be. But I also feel like if you're going to bring up ghosts in the story, I think I want them to be like a little more integral. Like there's room to do that, I think. I don't know anything that's that.
Yeah. It kind of felt like two independent storylines going on a little bit at once. I can definitely see that for sure. But honestly, like the scenes when she takes Brady out to like the church and oh God, what was the other one that was hilarious? Oh, the accidental murder house.
Yeah.
That was so good. I love it. Brady's just like, oh, so you took me to a murder house. It's like, yes, I did. And I loved, what I did love so much was how Brady was just very like scared to kind of, he was up to do different things. Like he was absolutely up to do it. But at the same time, like he was kind of scared, but he put his trust in Collin. Like, okay, no, I'm safe enough that I know she's not gonna, lead me somewhere that's gonna be horrendous. It's gonna be weird, but he was just like, I'm up for it. Let's do it. I love that aspect because I very much am the same way. Like, I am down to do whatever, but I'm also terrified. But that doesn't stop me. So like I understand that aspect of Brady's because it's like, yeah, it's the same. Like he's just he's like terrified, but at the same time he's like, okay, I'll go. But I love when Collins makes him walk up the attic stairs first because she's scared of spiders. He's like, you talk to dead people. You do the craziest, excuse my French, shit, but spiders is what gets you.
Yeah, that's where you draw the line. You're like, I don't know what's gonna happen. She's over there fantasizing about like the undead world.
Yeah.
I can't handle a spider.
But spiders, no way, honey.
Your cat's playing
King
King
of
on
the
the Mountain
Mountain.
while you're sleeping. Really, and they have a whole tower. They have a whole tower
Of
that's
course.
cornered, and they don't want to be on that. No, they want to crawl over all over me. It's crazy. Hey, Margaret. Is Elaine still on live? I was on her live earlier, and Elaine could go for like minimum like 3 hours. So
I love it.
couldn't stand for so long because then we had to go on. Yay, nice to see this series again.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
And
it's been a while.
Yeah, it was my fault, guys. I'm sorry.
No. I'd say it's both of us. When you weren't available, guess what? I was like, oh, me either. We had too much going on, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So many spiders in my peaceful park this morning. Oh yeah.
No, thank you.
I like them. I like them out in nature,
As long as, which is why I don't go out into nature. It works.
I just scrolled and saw you were live. Thanks, notifications. Yeah, nice to know those work on occasion. Where was I going with this? I went off on a tangent with you. All right. Is there anything else you want to say before I continue? I have like 2 more questions about this book.
No. It's just, there was one part where I think it was Collins says Carson doesn't blush. I was like, okay, Ilya.
Oh my god, that's so funny that you're so right. Why is this hitting me now?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, as soon as I read that, I was like, sure.
You're protesting too much there.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that I think Lyla Sage does well, and we only covered like at least live like her first book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, but we both read the entire series now. And something that I really appreciate about her writing is that, how do I say this? I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a comparison. And in other romances, when they do have like sex scenes, and it could be different characters, it could be a whole series, but the way that those scenes are typically written, it feels like very much the same language, and they're all doing the same thing, which is fine. What I think that's surprising sometimes when I read that in romance, and I'm noticing that. But with Lyla Sage, I feel like every single character it's pretty clear what they're into, and it's so specific to the character. And on top of that, I feel like she's really great at switching up the language. So let's say, like, in one book, they're describing the body parts in a particular way. Then in another book with a different character, she's using different language to describe like those desires or those body parts. She like switches it up. With all that complimenting I said, what did you think about the scenes in this book? Oh, I can't hear you. Go ahead. Oh.
Can you hear me? My headphones died, so I'm on my phone. Like, just in general, sorry.
Okay, I hear you now.
Okay. Okay, so what was the question? Again, sorry. I'm elderly, so you need to remind me.
What did you think about how she handled the explicit
the scenes. Yeah. So this one actually was very different. I think this sexual aspect of this book was very different from even the Meadowlark. I feel like I felt it was much more of a slower sort of journey in this book, because especially like the first night they kissed and then they fell asleep, and then I feel like it was just kind of a more, I don't know, maybe for more yearning or just kind of like it didn't, like, yeah, it just wasn't like her other books. I mean, I kind of appreciate it for what it was. I wish they had moved it a little bit faster. Not gonna lie. But I feel like the journeys of these two souls throughout this entire book was more of the highlight than kind of a sexual aspect to it. So I can kind of appreciate that, I think, a little bit more.
I didn't like their I think this is just like a specific preference. So, maybe someone's going to read this and it's fine. There's something, I'm going to try to say this and I have it come across to anybody who's read it. She needed a little bit of a cleanup. And instead he's like, I'll clean it up, and then kisses her.
Yeah.
I was disgusted.
I mean, yeah.
That's just me. I'm not judging anyone.
I'm pretty sure you're judging, honey. You're judging.
The characters, but like if someone else likes it, that's you. I don't need to know. But when I read that, I thought,
we
no.
listen and we don't judge.
But I was that was the only that like moment like burned in my brain.
Yeah.
Because he said like, he said something like to the fact of, let me clean that up. And I was like, me, my naive self. And then he does what he does. And I thought, oh no.
You're like, no.
What kind of research was done? I don't know. I don't want to see that.
Well, it's hilarious. Yeah. No, I can understand that. Would I want to? No, thank you. No, senor. But yeah, to each their own.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to adjust my setup. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. All right. So the author, this is like basically my last question for the book. The author said this is her most personal and difficult to write book, and it challenged her. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that? What insights do you think you could glean from that? Hold on before you say that.
Sorry.
Judging is a real American way. Sorry. I saw that and I could not stop laughing.
Is the real American way. We do love yearning. I agree with that.
All right. Sorry, Sam.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to get myself situated again. Sorry. You can see. So it's been crazy baking.
Yep. I'm waiting for mine. By the way. I'm only seeing pictures. I've not been provided samples.
You'll get something in a couple weeks here, young lady. Pipe down.
As your piping tool.
That old girl has gotten a lot of work this year.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Why do I Why do pop-ups keep happening? Like, go away. Once again, tangent. We just went on a giant tangent. So what did you ask?
She's just said that it was
personal.
difficult and personal for her to write.
I'm kind of intrigued. I like
Yeah.
what aspect of this book does she kind of feel is the most significant? Maybe it's the journey of rediscovering your love of your artistry. I mean, dude, art is like black magic sometimes. It's the same for me. I identify it with it because of baking. So like there was a time period where you don't, once you get this mindset of your art is not good enough, no matter what kind of art it is, it's easy to fall out of love with it because everyone, and especially every artist, no matter what genre, you're harsher on yourself than anyone else. So you tend to, for the most part, most artists that I've talked to, musicians, bakers, painters, for the most part, when I talk to actual artists, that's kind of the common denominator. Like, you critique your stuff more than I think anyone else. It's like, think of it like, when you were a kid and you had company coming over and your parents were like, you gotta clean the house. It's like, do you expect them to have magnifying glasses and go through every tiny little crevice of the house? Like, it's just this mentality of, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that, which I still do. I mean, when I bake and I have like the final product and people are like, oh my God, this is so good. I was like, I don't like the crust. I don't like, in my mind, I already know the things that I want to change and the things I want to, do differently. So it's hard to be an artist is hard. A writer, I can't even imagine. I mean, you are literally putting yourself out there for people to read and to judge. And not everyone's going to love it. And if you start listening to the people who don't love it, then it fucks up your head. Once again, sorry language. It messes with your head and you fall out of it. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe she kind of went through that period of, trying to rediscover her love of her artistry. So, because that's very much as Collin's entire journey is she had one horrific just job that she loved. It was her dream job, and it just was soul crushing because of how it ended and what happened. And it's like, that would be like, then what's the point of me doing this? Like, what's the point? And so that was kind of Collin's journey of like, all of a sudden she was like, oh, I should take the camera again. Like, it just kind of slowly started working back into Collin's life, and that entire journey is throughout the book, when she's like, oh yeah, she took her to her parents' shop and her childhood home, and she was like, I'm starting to rediscover, and then trying to stop the developer from taking over, and also all the other towns that this developer has gone to. She was like, I want to tell their story through pictures now, and she's rediscovered her joy and her love of this form of art. And for me, I personally identified with that. Absolutely. I think most artists will identify with that. So yeah, so I'm wondering if maybe that's kind of, maybe she went through a time period of not loving her art form, not wanting to write. But that's speculation,
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued maybe if she talks about it a little bit more, like what she identifies the most with.
Yeah. I think that's a great way to connect between like her her as an artist and the art. So I love that you said that. I didn't have a damn clue, and she doesn't really say. She just happens to say that it was personal. So I just that kind of like stuck out to me.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna want to check out some interviews with her and see if maybe she expands on that. Only because she brings it up in the first place, right at the end.
Right.
Of the
Right.
book. So, and also, if anyone's interested, she also does like list the names of the songs that she mentions at the end, like little playlists. So I thought that was really cute. I would be surprised because she's very tech savvy. So I wouldn't be surprised if she like hasn't already created like a playlist for people to listen to, like on Spotify or something. So
oh yeah.
I'm gonna go dig. I'm gonna go dig later on today and see if we can find one. Margaret says, "Oh, deep thought, Sam." Truth.
Once I get on a tangent, it just goes.
Courtney says,
Yeah.
"I couldn't take the criticism of being an artist." Yeah,
it is the hardest thing, especially since I started selling my baked goods. Like, it's so hard. It's so hard because you put your time, you put your passion, you put your heart in a lot of ways into what you're doing, and you're sending it out the door. It's like your little kid. You know, you send them out the door to school, or you send them out to a new home, you know, type of thing. And yeah, it takes a strong person. Honestly, at the end of the day, it takes a strong person.
yeah, and that's so funny because critical thinker then
Yeah.
says the risk of turning passion and hobbies into job can be draining. Yeah, because then it's like, are you going to feel as
So
passionate?
true.
You know, you got to be in it for the long game, and you're going to feel differently at different points of your life, or depending on how what
Absolutely.
happens. You know, yeah.
Yep.
That's it for the questions about the book. We're going to go into something else. It's going to be a little bit of a bonus material. Give me 1 second because I actually do have a different background set up for this. Are you ready, Sam?
I don't know. All the things he said. Oh.
I'm leaving the cat up. Damn, you know what? Let me give myself a pat in the back because this color scheme works really good with this background.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Everyone, we are just as enthralled about heated rivalries. I've watched all the episodes at least twice. The 4th episode that just came out, I watched back to back.
My heart.
So just know if you haven't watched it, you know, we're gonna go into it. I'm gonna start rambling. It's gonna be rambled. I don't have anything like set up. I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna jump into episode 4 because I've been seeing some discourse, and it was like an initial reaction I felt, but then because I saw the episode twice, I keep thinking about this moment. So just let me go to range, and then you could rebuttal. Okay. All right. So when Ilya and Shane are at Ilya's place, and they're on the couch, and Ilya is saying to Shane, he's like, "Oh yeah, I've slept with women. I've slept with this person, that person." The discourse around that is like people are getting mad at Ilya, like, "Oh, what did you expect?" But here, hold on tight. Listen to me. Here's the deal. When I heard that, probably because I've grown up reading Anne Rice and so much Gothic literature. When I keep thinking about it, I'm seeing it differently. I'm thinking that conversation to Ilya in his way is romantic, and he's actually confessing how he feels about Shane because he's just being honest,
right?
And he's saying, "I've slept with women." Basically, it's going to zero. There's basically like an F buddy of mine, but we rarely see each other. And he says, like he could, like he's like find a replacement basically, but he's saying I'm too lazy. But we both know he's not lazy. And then he's looking lovingly at Shane. So I think that whole conversation that people are taking on the surface, like that he's talking about being with other women. Yeah, I get it. It does bother Shane. I get it. but that's him saying, I choose you.
Right. Right.
Okay, I thought you were gonna feel different because I've been seeing messages about people being so upset, like with Ilya, and I'm like, that's not what he was saying. He was saying, I've been with these women, and now he doesn't want any of them. He just wants to have his man home with him.
He just wants Shane.
And giving him ginger ale because he knows he's a nervous Nelly.
I mean, that whole oh god, the tuna melt scene, the whole scene. But him sitting that entire discussion by Ilya of talking about, I've been with women and stuff. That is him in a place where he feels comfortable enough with Shane to somewhat explain his past and who he is. He felt comfortable enough and safe enough to put himself out there by talking about these things. And you can't not be mad at him for that. Like, he's trying to explain, like, why Shane is so special to him. Like, he's trying to be like, you're special to me. Like, this is how I'm explaining. It's the wrong way to go about it. 100%. You can get mad at him for how he tried to explain that. Absolutely. But you can't be mad at him for what he said. Like, it just no.
But when he says that he's boring, yes, they've always had this relationship of like they're like two. They bigger.
Yeah.
That's like their love language.
Yes.
And I feel like when I don't know, I haven't like read the books, but the time that we do see Ilya, whenever it comes to his like home life, it's not happy. Like, it's in conflict. Like, his brother is, I can't tell if it's just that I can't tell if he's what do you call it? Blackmailing him for money. Cause I think maybe his brother might know. Cause he calls him like the F word. So I feel like maybe he knows his brother.
Maybe he knows about his preferences. Well, yeah. I mean, Sasha, like, I'm sure he knows who Sasha is and that whole thing. Like, yeah,
I can't tell if they're just like kind of embedding the language of like everyday life that people are faced with, or if it's like an actual blackmail thing. And then his dad treats him like poop, and like, but his dad has health issues, so he's there for him no matter what.
Yeah.
And then he, like, the only other person he's like slept with, the man, it's also it's like they have something over each other in a way. So
yeah.
So it's not like, as much as he talks about his experience, he doesn't have a lot, at least like when we start from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I kind of forgot where I was going with my point, but basically I think Ilya seeing Shane be boring is like,
he loves it.
I love
like,
you
secretly. Yeah. Yeah. No, which is funny, because also in Soul Searching, boring Brady.
Yeah.
But the entire time, like, when I was re-listening to some of the chapters and stuff, and they said that, I was like, okay, Ilya. Once again, okay, Ilya.
Yeah. I feel like
but
that because his life is in such like chaos, boring,
he craves it.
Like peaceful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then our hearts just get shattered. I mean, I can't be mad at Shane. I can be. I just want to punch his little face. But also, this is completely new to him. Like, Ilya's the first man he's had any sort of feelings for. I think it's always kind of been in the back of his mind, absolutely. But I mean, he's had nothing but girlfriends up until this point. So I think the idea, because he kind of starts to love him. Like, Shane starts to be that way, and then stupid Ilya shatters his heart, breaks our hearts.
But I think he does that, by the way, I think for the same reason
Right. That Shane is doing what he's doing of like, this is too much. Like, we're getting connected way too much. We cannot be in love. We are hockey players. This is not something that is available to us. We can't be out and be professional hockey players. It just doesn't happen. And it freaks them out. And they are reacting very much the same way to freaking out by lashing out at the other one and hurting the other one. And it's just like, now it's Shane's turn to do that to Ilya in episode 4. And it's like, oh,
But you know what? Somehow
and then
this
he takes
time,
Ilya's shirt with him.
somehow I feel like this time around feels worse because
Yes.
when it was between, was it like episode 2?
Mm-hmm.
It's like intense,
Mm-hmm.
but transactional.
Mm-hmm.
And we know the feelings are there, but they're not saying it. By the time
No.
we get to this episode, I feel like it's worse because Ilya's feelings are out on the table. Like it's clear.
He calls him
actually,
Shane
yes.
instead of Hollander. Oh God, that just so I missed that. I didn't miss it. I heard it, but I didn't actually like internalize that until I watched it a second time, and then it gets to that scene, and then he says Shane, and I was like, oh my God, like it's completely different. Plus, they're looking at each other this time, and it's not as transactional, kind of like how you were saying.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like Ilya put himself out there, and especially on the couch scene right before our hearts are ripped out, and then Shane rips them out and does a tarantella on top of your heart as he walks away. When they're sitting on the couch and Ilya like pulls him to him, he's like, he's happy. Like, this is his happy place. This is his home. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like, this is the first time you kind of see Ilya really, really put himself out there in an apparent way. Because before, it's just been kind of words and not, like, actions. But this, aside from him asking him to stay, initially, like, that kind of was the very first time Ilya put himself out there to be like, yeah, I want you to stay. Please stay. This was the first time his showing of affection was very much like, this is what I want. And I think that was what made Shane freak out, because he's like, I want this too, but I can't have this. What am I doing? And so that's like when he just was like,
he also doesn't know how. And we kind of see that throughout the episode because of all the different pressures. Like his friend is saying, when are you going to settle down and have kids?
Right.
So with a woman. So there's this kind of like in the culture of what he's expected to do.
Right.
And he doesn't even know what he wants for himself. And then, there's his mom that sees that something's wrong with him and is like,
and he can't
say with a woman, like, she's trying in her own way because she doesn't really know what's going on with him.
Right.
And so I think his mom says something like, because he's like trying to get around going to an event. And so he says something like, oh, I'll say I'll go, but then you'll go. And she goes, I can't have you lie. Like, you're not a liar. You're not going to lie like that. And I felt like, well, he's been
they're
lying
there for you. They're not here for us.
Yeah, but he's been lying for years of his life.
Right.
To everyone and himself about what he wants. Because he doesn't know. He's trying to figure it out,
Right. Well, and I mean, we've discussed this before about episode 3 and Scott and Kip and how, I mean, it very much mirrors the feeling aspect of they can't be out, they can't be free to who they are in that specific sport. And really men in general. I did see a video of someone was talking about how they wanted women's sports to kind of be the highlight. Like, there needs to be a show about women, especially lesbian women. Like, they're not represented at all. But then the person went on to explain, like, wait, then I stopped and started thinking about all of the out male sports athletes. And like, Lou Gaynor was probably one of the most iconic, out athletes, but that's about it. And he was shamed for it. And it turned nasty. And it's like, there really is no representation of out athletes, male athletes, really. I mean, there are quite a few, and there are ones that people are like, yeah, but it's not really discussed. So like, I kind of, because I was kind of on the same boat. I'm like, why can't a huge, this huge wildfire of a show be also inclusive of women's sport, or why isn't a show about women's sport like
but we can't even get that off the ground anyways. Yeah without romance.
Without romance, just in general, just women's sport in general. But I kind of I did stop to think about that, because it did make me like kind of double check myself, because I was like, oh yeah, actually there is no such example for male athletes to be out. And like, that's why Scott was hiding Kip, and he can't bring Kip out with him. And then you just have Scott looking sad outside a window, breaking your heart, and then covering the banana socks. Like,
oh my God.
He's just putting himself back in the closet by putting socks on. I hate the show. I love the show, but I hate the show.
Can we talk about like everyone? Okay, I'll just say this. It was like so heartbreaking that Scott gave his boyfriend a gift of a suit, but the suit is in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
And just opening it, it's like, yeah, I have my man, but I'm making you go back in the closet, basically.
Exactly. No, this show does it so well, so freaking well, because there are all these little things, just like I said, putting the normal socks over his banana socks is just his way of covering himself and not being who he truly is. And but like you said, the suit in the closet
there. Yeah, but still carrying. He's still wearing the socks.
He's still wearing it. He's still him. Yeah, but he just can't be a banana sock wearing hockey player. I just, you want to be mad at Scott. You want to be mad at Scott so much, but you can't fault him. Like, hockey is his family. Hockey is his life, and he needs to preserve that. He cannot have hockey the way that it is if he outed himself. He can't do it. And very much the same way Shane and Ilya can't do that. And it's just wreaking havoc on all of these relationships. And you just want it to stop so that they can be happy.
But what I like about the Scott-Kip relationship, that contrasts like younger Ilya and Shane, is that he's an older man, and he makes it very clear what he wants. And Kip is that same way. These are just two people that know exactly what they want. Right. And they really go for it at the beginning. And so there's not really the inner turmoil of figuring themselves out the way that Shane and Ilya are having right now. They might have the same concern about like how it's tied to their livelihood, but like where they're at in their lives, their personalities are very different. I really like that. So it's like,
yes, they were two very different stories.
Yes,
they really are two very different stories. I also, what I appreciated about the Scott Kip episode was just how they portrayed Kip's father.
Yes.
And he is very, very much like a lot of sport loving men out there, very gruff, but, you know, and watching the hockey and like, but at the same time, he was okay with his son being who he is. And oh God, that whole scene when he walks in and just starts crying. Oh, oh, that killed me. That killed me because it's like not only is your heart broken because of what's going on with Scott and Kip, but I think what also got me in that whole thing was just how supportive his dad was. And he's like, my son, it doesn't matter if it was a man or a woman that just broke his heart, but he is heartbroken and I'm going to be here for that. And that to me is once again something that's not really represented in film and TV for the most part. Usually it's like the mom who's like, oh, it's okay, you know, kind of, you know, being maternal.
Yeah, but to the point where it feels like a stereotype now. It doesn't hold the same meaning.
Exactly. But to have it be his dad and the type of man that his dad is, and just to have him show that support to his gay son, I think it destroyed me. It destroyed me. I mean, the whole storyline between Scott and Kip destroyed me. But that scene, I think, wrecked me.
And then
it was so simple, but
we see the example his dad sets for him, like, because he's such an open-hearted and affectionate person that even when he's talking about to his son over the phone, he's like, all right, and when he's like coaxing him, like, you need to say I love you back.
Yeah.
So he's already had the example that's constantly being nurtured. So by the time we see Scott come back into his apartment and he's upset because he couldn't handle being at the gallery, Kip naturally does what he's already been taught, that we see that his dad does for him later, and that's just embrace Scott while he's crying. And then Kip's dad does that for Kip, and it's like, oh, this is the love that Scott's experiencing, which is just an extension of what he has in his life, his father and his family,
right
that Scott doesn't have.
Yeah. I know.
Which is why I think this show's doing so well. I get it. It's racy. Clearly, we're going to be talking about that stuff too. But it's like it's so character. Yeah, it's so character driven. Like,
right.
There's so much to talk about the characters, and I'm into like, I don't really care necessarily for plot in books or shows, as long as a character development, if there's a journey, then I'm locked in, and that's what's really like selling me on this show. Which, by the way, of course, I'm here for everything else too. But
really like, I mean, we can't necessarily get away from it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, okay, so now I will also say that since we're going there, in episode 1, I think it was episode 1, like Shane and Ilya, and like I think the first time Ilya is at Shane's place for like the first time.
Okay.
They're like, there's like this friction of always trying to like challenge each other, but also they're both running up the stairs because they want to like spend time together, right? They're like pushing against each other to get upstairs because we all know what's going to go down.
Yeah.
And when Shane in episode 4 comes by, it's like they're already taking off their clothes. They're not even upstairs yet. So I find that like fascinating in terms of we're going to talk about like the storytelling aspect of their physical relationship, because then we see Shane with what's her name, Rose, and she's going up the stairs, and he's like, he's not racing to go up those stairs.
No, he's like meandering behind her, like meandering up the stairs behind her.
Yeah, but I also think that's just because he's still trying to figure out, does he like girls? Because Ilya is the one that brings it up.
Right.
Ilya's asked, but he's trying to ask, he's trying to figure out, he's genuinely asking Shane.
Yeah.
Because Ilya is so sure in the fact that he likes both gender. He likes men and women.
Right.
He's attracted to men and women, but he's asking Shane, like, do you like both? And I kind of feel like maybe he's confused about what he likes. He answers, but I think it's more of a knee-jerk reaction. And now because his, he has found friends to get married and have kids. I think he's just like, he's trying to figure out, he thinks this is what he should like. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I think, but I also feel like a lot of his forced relationship with Rose stems from him freaking out about how much he's in love with Ilya. And I think that whole scene when, Shane like freaks out and leaves, I think he's also trying to be like you said, this is what I should be. This is what I should be dating a woman. I should be marrying a woman. I should be having children with this woman. Like, he is just so terrified of how much he loves Ilya and how much he can see himself in that sort of relationship forever, that he's like, no, I can't do it. And it's like every closeted male who never really feels like he can be truly himself. And so, he does what he thinks society believes he should. And that's very much, I think, Shane's like, okay, this is what I should do. Yeah, this works. But he's not happy. He's not happy. Oh, and that club scene. When Ilya realizes Shane is there and he just turns to look, and then it's like all of a sudden he ends up dancing with a woman because that's what Shane is doing. And then when Shane sees it and he's like, I don't like it. Like, they just inflict so much pain on each other.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say about the club scene because it's just, they're so messy. They're doing everything wrong.
They are. Everything they can do to physically hurt the other person.
Yeah.
Just, they're doing it. They're doing it.
But I do find it interesting because Ilya has had, his F buddies throughout life. And it's, but Shane hasn't necessarily like crashed out over that. But when Shane does, he is like all the way, he gets upset at the gym. He's like screaming and being like, oh, I stubbed my toe. But really, he's just totally crashing out over Shane with a woman. And I'm like, I do find that is kind of part of like where he screwed up, because his conversation with Shane is like, yeah, I was with other women.
He kind of forced him to it.
Yeah, but Shane wasn't upset. I mean, like, he didn't like, it clearly bothered him.
Yeah.
But he didn't like flip out. So I find it interesting that Ilya's the one.
Ilya fell harder. And he got to the point where he could express what he was feeling, albeit incorrectly, as we've discussed.
Yeah.
But yeah, he feels way more than I even think Shane realizes he feels for Ilya.
Yeah.
But why don't we watch a show that's gonna rip your heart out?
I don't know. Why don't I watch on repeat?
It's like, honestly, it was like watching Schitt's Creek, which, by the way, Scott was on Schitt's Creek.
Yes.
Because he was David's boyfriend. And I was like, at first when I saw him, I'm like,
he was so everyone's boyfriend, right? He was basically everyone's boyfriend on that show.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just like, why do you look familiar? And then all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, you were on Schitt's Creek. Oh God. I love the show. I tried so hard. I was like, I'm not going to watch the show yet. I was trying to be good. And then my friend Morgan was like, she kept kind of bugging me because we read a lot of like hockey romance genre. And then we started pretty much watching hockey because of it, which a lot of people have from the stuff. And we do like our discussions about the boy aquarium. But she was like, oh my God, you have to watch this. You have to watch this. And then I finally was like, I don't have an HBO login until I'm somewhere. And she was like, we're watching it. And then I ended up watching it, and it was like 2.5 days ago. Like 2.5 days ago, I started watching the show, and I've seen it like 3 times.
Well, I just found out that on Crave Original and HBO, it's number one. It's number one on both of them, which is crazy.
Yes, queen.
Apparently, it didn't get a lot of promo. It was just like a very late acquired thing for HBO.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's very cool. That's very cool.
And it's absolutely blown up. I mean, which is why they even announced they're getting a season 2 before the first season is ended. I mean, it sucks we only have 2 more episodes. So it's like, how many times do we want to be masochists and watch, how many episodes of destroying our hearts?
This is okay. So since there's only 2 episodes left, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the next episode, I don't know if I'm right. I wonder if the next episode is going to switch to Kip and Scott again.
Oh,
because we only have 1 episode with Kip
with
and
them,
Scott.
yeah.
So I just wonder, because we wouldn't necessarily want them to take up the whole finale, right?
No, I love them. I love them dearly, but I need Ilya and I need Shane in the final episode.
So that's why, or
yeah, maybe next week will be that.
And then whatever happens with Shane and Ilya will be like the finale, but I don't know.
Right. And I'm kind of, I want to read the books. I want to read the books, but I don't know if I want to do it yet.
No, I want to wait till whatever the show does,
it's over.
Be like in it. Yeah, yep. I don't want to know ahead.
Exactly. And I mean, from what I've heard of those who have read the books and are watching the show, I mean, there definitely are differences, definitely are changes, but there are a lot of aspects of the show that are very true to the book. And like, and the fact that I'm hearing those who have read the books and are watching the show love the show just as much as they love the books, that bodes well for me.
Yeah.
Because most of the time when you watch a movie or you watch a TV show about books that you've read, they never live up to it. They never live up to the hype or what you loved about the book.
This show is actually giving me hope that like Rebel Blue Ranch could be adapted well.
Oh my God, it would be perfectly adapted.
And there could be perfectly adapted. There could be 4 seasons.
Yep. And then maybe we'd find out who Boone's brother is.
Yeah.
Come on, Lyla. Top.
Because there are plenty of, I guess you could say, like, I just feel like this show has handled the romance genre so well.
Yes.
And I want more of that. Yeah. I just want more of it being done well and taken seriously. Because don't get me wrong, I'm watching all the trash romances, but like they're not done well. I'm enjoying them and there's a comfort in those.
Right.
But I think this is like the first time in a long time, and it's not just a movie. We're seeing a series that is the romance.
Right.
And we're like fully invested. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want for Rebel Blue Ranch. So
yeah, No, absolutely. Maybe just less heartbreak, constant heartbreak.
A little less emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Oh, God. I love them, but I just want to beat some sense into them.
Yeah.
You guys don't need to do this. You don't need to do this to each other. You can be happy. You can be in love.
Okay. I think that's all the thoughts I have. I just wanted to gush over it. I had to place my feelings somewhere.
Yeah. Always appropriate with me.
Is there anything else you wanted to say about the show before we?
No. I think we've pretty much covered the new loves of our lives. Even though we're mad at them, but love them, but are mad, but love.
Yeah. They'll get together, but it better be quick. So
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be quick.
oh Lord.
This isn't there's no way this is getting resolved this season.
I definitely not with like their careers and stuff, but I do want them to like at least get to a place where they like acknowledge their feelings for each other.
Yes. That's my hope.
Yes.
By the end of the season that they like their careers, all that stuff that still needs to be figured out, but I just want them to own up to their own feelings to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not obliterate each other's hearts constantly. Oh,
all right.
Ilya. Sorry, I'm fine. This is fine.
With that said, everyone, thank you for being here for romance shenanigans. This is lovely. Love you. Life is chaos, so be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and read more books. Bye.